today. Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
What is going on, brothers and sisters? Here I am, late again. I know. But it's good to be here. It's Friday, man. It's okay. You know why? Because it's Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It's going to be a great day. I promise y'all, man. Got a great show today. We'll be talking about some serious stuff. Got some cool clips for everybody. I hope you guys are doing good this morning, man. So we got in the house this morning. Roots, good morning. In between prepping. What's up, Nikki? What's going on, sis? Good morning. Stars, good morning. I'm a Huckleberry. Good morning. Ghetto in the house. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Leslie, good morning. Moonlight Gypsy, good morning. Jeep in the house. What's up, brother? Tiger, good morning. Good to see you. Mama Red, good morning. Hoot Owl, good morning, my brother. Good to see you, man. Ohio, Tiger. Mama Red in the house. Good to see everybody this morning. Appreciate you guys hanging in there for me. Deborah, good morning. Lady Smith, good morning. 1A, 2A, what's going on? Yard Dog, what's up? Raised Right. In my faith. Man, the gang is all here. Anyway, hope you guys got big plans for today. Or at least this weekend. What y'all got going on, man? Winter storm coming our way. Charlton, good morning, man. Scott, good morning. Tammy, good morning. Oh, man. Almost didn't make it this morning. Little one's got a cough. She was up coughing all night. So Lady Rowan put her in the bed with us. And then she kept us up for the remainder of the night, coughing. At one point, I woke up and she was right behind my head, just barking away. It's like, all right, then. So anyway, but we made it. We're here. He'll be there. What's going on with you, man? Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Bye, Oxo. Going on, man. So anyway, we'll get right into it. Yesterday, you guys hit the nail on the head. A lot of you in the chat were bringing it up that there was a Supreme Court justice who is retiring, and I hadn't even heard that yet, man. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know everything. I don't have all the news. Sometimes you guys have the news. So I started looking into it, and sure enough, man, everyone was talking about it. But that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to get into that first. Also, there's video footage of federal agencies releasing illegal immigrants all over the country. I'm talking about in New York City. You know, immigrants that were caught on the border, like in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, were flown to places like New York City, and not just New York City, but places all over our country. ICE is being used to release these illegal immigrants. Okay, there's video cam footage of them doing it, and this isn't new news either. This is something that's been going on, you know, for a while. Hey Jay, what's up, man? What's going on with you, brother? Yeah, it's Friday, man. You know what I'm saying. Johnny, good morning, brother. Rockadoodle Farm, good morning. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It's just a cough, you know. It's weird. It's the same cough I had. My cough is kind of still lingering, but it's going away. But yeah, appreciate that. All right, so anyway, we're gonna talk about that. I want to talk some more about the freaking trucker protest that's going on, man. 300-mile long convoy. 300. That is the same width of the state of Pennsylvania. 300 miles long. It's a beautiful thing, and I got some clips of Trudeau. You know, my Canadian brothers and sisters, can I just say your prime minister's a prick, man? Good God, that dude sucks. But we're going to talk about that. Also, there's a study going on about the speech patterns of kids and how wearing masks for 2 years with infants and toddlers who need to see our mouths moving in order to help them learn speech patterns and learn how to talk, how it's affecting them, and how it's gone up. Speech therapy enrollment has gone up by, I think, 20%. So that's interesting. We'll get into that too. But first, so Jen Psaki was asked, about, since they're forcing Justice Stephen Breyer to retire. That rhymed. That's good. Dr. Seuss will be proud. They're forcing him to retire, and apparently he wasn't happy about it. He didn't even get to announce it. The media just said, "Yes, Justice Breyer, he's retiring. We're getting rid of his old butt, man. It's time for the Democrats to come in and appoint a new justice. All right, it's our turn, dang it." So Jen Psaki was asked, what's on everybody's mind? This rumor exists for a reason, that Joe's going to nominate Kamala Harris to the Supreme Court, which would be weird. Just think about how weird that is. All right, the big deal that was made about this black woman, that's what Joe said. He said, "I'm going to pick a vice president who has a vagina and whose skin is dark." That's what he said. Joe said that. And they made a big deal about it. It was so historic. It's the most historic thing in the history of all historical things that have ever been historic in history. And the history of the historians say it's historic, and it's going to be historic. We're going to read about it in history forever. Okay? That's how historic it was.
When you were asked about the vice president possibly being selected as a Supreme Court nominee, you said you're not going to speak to any considerations. Does that mean she is being considered?
Again, Peter, I'm not going to speak to the reports of a Supreme Court justice retirement that hasn't been announced.
So theoretically, would someone who...
Theoretically? I do like that you preface it. I appreciate that.
Just wondering, hypothetically, theoretically, would someone who was an attorney general of a large state and who served with many key Senate votes be an attractive candidate to the president for an open Supreme Court seat?
I see what you did there, Peter. But the president has every intention, as he said before, of running for re-election, and for running for re-election with Vice President Harris on the ticket as his partner.
Exactly, man. I don't. You know what? I mean, I see why we all think that he would do that, to get rid of her, because she's not a good running mate. Everybody hates her, right? But that would be a great way to get rid of her. What if they do, man? That would be so crazy. What a crazy thing to get rid of the vice president. Who's he going to pick? That's what I'm worried about. I don't care what they do with Kamala. I actually don't want her on the Supreme Court, but I don't care, because there's still a 6-3, matchup on the Supreme Court now. And I think you guys are right. They're trying to rush, man, because of the midterms. Raised right. You on top of things, man. I think you're right about that. The midterms are coming. I think we know the red wave is going to happen, and they don't want another situation, especially in 2024. They probably know they're not going to win there either, unless something drastic happens, man. And they don't want another 3-scoop situation like they had with President Trump, and especially with Ruth Bader Ginsburg, because just remember, Hillary was supposed to win, yay, but she didn't. And could you imagine what they would have had if Hillary would have won? And they would have lost 3 justices, and Hillary Clinton would have been able to appoint those justices. My God, we'd be screwed. Tebra, good. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. God bless you. Super sticker. I ain't seen a super sticker in a while. Oh, yeah? I hear you, brother, right? Man, but anyway, so yeah, Peter Ducey was asking Jen Psaki that, and of course she had to try to downplay it and make jokes, and but lest we forget, man, lest we forget what Joe said.
I committed that if I'm elected president, have an opportunity to appoint someone to the courts, I'll appoint the first black woman to the courts. It's required that they have representation now. It's long overdue.
Is it? But that's what he said. And I believe that everyone's already asking about it. They're already going to hold him to that standard until he's not president anymore, because that's what Joe said. What a racist thing to say. Isn't it demeaning and degrading, though, for black folks, for him to say that, like, I don't care what your qualifications are. I don't care if you should be here or not, or if you know anything about being a Supreme Court justice. It's all I need is for you to be black and have a vagina. That's all I want. That's kind of degrading in the meaning. I mean, it really is. And it's racist. We're not supposed to, I thought you weren't supposed to pick someone for a job just on the basis of the color of their skin, which means you're excluding other people because of the color of their skin. What if that's not the best person for the job? What if there's a Hispanic lady out there, like a judge, who's just great and amazing for the job, or a Hispanic man, or an Asian lady, or an Asian man, or a white lady, or a white man? Why does it matter? I could care less what the color of your skin is if you're going to be a Supreme Court justice. I really could care less. I want to make sure you're going to go there and do what the Supreme Court justices are supposed to do and uphold the Constitution. That's what I care about. But, you know, this is Joe Biden. You know, this dude's been racist from the word jump. Dr. King's daughter posted the I Have a Dream speech, basically saying she would then rather be judged by the content of the character and then color their skin. Nice, man. That's cool. I didn't see that. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's how you honor Dr. King right there. Yeah, I know. It's supposed to, brother. It's supposed to. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with it. This whole new movement thing where that's the most important thing to them. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I got a clip here. It was from the Next News Network, and it's actually a Fox News clip, and where the ladies were talking about this. And the reason I got it is because it's Kayleigh McEnany, and she's giving they're asked what her opinion was on this whole thing. And any chance I get to watch Kayleigh McEnany, I'm going to watch her.
So this person has to be a woman, she has to be black, and she's got to be younger. Anybody thinking what I'm thinking? They don't know what to do with Kamala Harris in the White House right now. I can't be the only person seeing this. And you have read, I'm sure you have, Kayleigh, because you and I have chatted about it. We've been reading that maybe something like this could happen with the vice president. He runs again at someone else. Look, I prefer to drink my tea rather than read the tea leaves. But when Jonathan Turley puts out the information of young black and female, it's hard not to see at least she makes the list. Kayleigh?
I think you're right. I'm glad you said that, Harris, because that was playing in my mind from the moment we heard about this retirement. You know, it is, politically speaking, if you are not happy with your vice president and you want her in a different role, there's no greater role than on the Supreme Court. It's a role.
I think Kayleigh McEnany should leave Fox. She's better than that. You know, she's get off the propaganda and she could have her own podcast or something like that. Yeah, anyway, I mean, even they're kind of pushing that narrative of her. And I still don't think it's off the table, but there are candidates that they've kind of floated that are young black women, of course, you know. So I mean, Joe's going to, like I said, he's going to do it, man. That's what he said. They're going to hold him to that standard. So I just think the whole thing that gets me about this is that the Democratic Party, the DNC, has the power to force a Supreme Court justice into retirement, which proves anyone that they nominate is their patsy. Whoever they nominate to Supreme Court is there to do their bidding. Look at what Sonia Sotomayor said when they were talking about the mandates, when it was before the Supreme Court, man. We heard what she said. She was all for it. She's going to do what the DNC wants them to do. So was Breyer, you know, and the other justice, you know, the left-leaning justice there. But thank God, man. Thank God that Trump was elected and was thrown in there. And we have 6 justices who are going to maintain that balance of power in our government, you know, for however long they can. Jeez. Independent Minnie, what's up, sis? Good morning. So anyway, we'll see how this pans out. You know, I don't know. As much as I don't care what happens to Kamala, I actually don't want her on the Supreme Court. So we'll see what happens. I don't think she wants that either. You know, I was thinking about the Great Reset and how all these world banks and these shadow puppet masters behind the scenes, people we probably don't even know how they're running the show. But at the same time, we all have to remember all these people that they're controlling are people. They're human beings. Many of them are egomaniacs, and they're going to do what they want to do. They're not going to do exactly what they're told. Even when the Antichrist rises and takes control of the whole world, he's not going to be able to control people. You know what I mean? We have free will. Even after Jesus came 2,000 years ago, look where we are today because we're people, we're human beings, and we make our own choices. So as much power as they may wield and all the money and resources they have, they still can't control each and every individual and what they're going to do. And so like with Kamala is a total narcissist, man. I mean, that's why she's always saying, I'm Kamala Harris and I'm the vice president of the United States. Okay, we know that. Stop telling us that. What are you doing? I think she wants to be president. And I think if she has a chance to make that happen, she will. So we'll see what happens. It's going to play out. It's interesting. That's all I got to say. The reptilians, I know, right? I have a theory about the reptilians, man, but I don't want to get into it today. Y'all keep pushing me into the conspiracy stuff. All right, so we'll talk about the freaking truckers, man, in Canada. I watched a bunch of stuff on it yesterday because it's freaking awesome. You Canadian brothers and sisters, man, y'all are doing it. That's what I'm talking about, fighting for your freedoms and stuff. I freaking love it, man. And the thing I love about it is that people from all over, not just from Canada, are going there to support. Truckers from all over the United States are going there just to join the convoy. From my state here in South Carolina, they sent 600 trucks just from this state, just to join that convoy, man, just to help them in their protest against these freaking human rights violating medical mandates. Now, the largest protest probably in history, man, 300-mile long convoy. It just blows my mind. And so I have a little clip here from Memology just to kind of wrap things up. And then I want to show some speeches that Trudeau gave and what he's saying about these courageous folks.
The small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science and stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values as a country.
Next question.
You a piece of shit.
That was a good one. That was a good wrap up for what's going on there. But I can't believe the things that he's gone on and said about all these folks. You can see the overwhelming support. It's not a fringe minority of people doing this, man. Who think about the organization, and not only the organization, but the money, the donations that these folks are getting for doing this, man. Because it's also a strike, and they're going against the government. I think it's a beautiful thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is why it's important for all of us to make connections across the world. The fight for liberty, for freedom is not just an American thing, man. It's a human thing. It's a human right. And we need to support each other whenever we see it. But to give a longer version, like of the mean vitriolic things that y'all's prime minister has said, he's lucky he don't live in America, because he probably would have been assassinated for some of the stuff that he said. Check him out.
The small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they're expressing do not represent the views of Canadians who have been there for each other, who know that following the science and stepping up to protect each other is the best way to continue to ensure our freedoms, our rights, our values as a country.
I hate how he has the two different signers. For some reason, it's very fascistic. I don't know what it is about it. I know they're signing in two different languages, but I still like the way they're on both sides of him, flanking the great leader. It's very fascistic. I don't know what it is about it. But yeah, right. Unacceptable views. They just don't want medical mandates, man. Come on, back off. I got one where he was in Quebec, and he was speaking French. But there's we have like the exact subtitles of what he says, and he says even worse things. I guess he went to Quebec because they're like 80% vaccinated there. But the things he says don't even follow the science anymore. Thank God for Omicron. Can I just say that? I know it's a real disease. I know folks are still dying from it, but folks are still dying from car accidents and cancer and heart disease and a plethora of other things that aren't being addressed at all and haven't really been addressed much since COVID. So anyway, this is him in Quebec. It is in French, but read the subtitles and the hateful thing he says about people, man. And the fascistic language that he uses about getting rid of people.
Oui, on va s'en sortir de cette pandémie par la vaccination. Puis on en connaît tous des gens qui sont en train d'hésiter un petit peu. On va continuer d'essayer de les convaincre. Mais il y a aussi des gens qui sont farouchement opposés à la vaccination. Qui sont extrémistes. Qui croient pas dans la science, qui sont souvent misogynes, souvent racistes aussi. C'est un petit groupe, mais qui prend de la place. Et là, il faut faire un choix en tant que leader, en tant que pays. Est-ce qu'on tolère ces gens-là ou est-ce qu'on dit, voyons, la plupart des gens, presque 80% des Québécois ont fait ce qu'il fallait faire, se sont fait vacciner, on veut revenir aux choses qu'on aime faire. C'est pas ces gens-là qui vont nous bloquer.
Do we tolerate these people? That's what he said. Y'all's prime minister just asked, do we tolerate these people? These people in the convoy, do we tolerate them? What do you mean? And he said no. He said, no, we don't need to tolerate them. What are you going to do, dude? What are you going to do? My God, you freaking fascist, man. So anyway, man, in our hearts, our prayers, our protest, our revolutionary hearts go out to our Canadian brothers and sisters. Guys, I said it here before, and I still believe it. World War III is coming. It's inevitable, and it's going to be the free peoples of the world in every country rising up against these globalists, man, like Trudeau, like the Uniparty here in the United States of America, like the governments in Australia and all across Europe, and all these different places. We're going to be rising up together. That's what World War III is going to be. And all these fascists are going to try to suppress all of us. So it's coming, man. We got to support each other. Yeah, I know, right? I hope he does too, man. I don't think any of these leaders are really getting it. I really don't. I think it's just water or air or something. I don't think they're getting the real stuff because they know, and they know we know, and they know we know that they know. Need I say more? You guys know where I'm going with that. Hey, Leslie. Hey, sis. Appreciate it. And is when the government censors Joe Rogan. I know, man. Good God. Joe Rogan, are they not trying to take this dude out, man? They can't stand it. And Spotify is standing strong, which I'm surprised that they are standing with Joe. People are coming against Joe. Like Ethan Klein from H3 is coming against Joe. Yesterday we were talking about Neil Young was coming against Joe. And all these people are talking about it. But you know who hasn't said anything about any of this? Joe Rogan. You know why? Because he doesn't care. You know what I mean? He's just speaking his mind. None of this phases Joe. I think Spotify could tell Joe, I'm sorry, we got to let you go. And he still wouldn't care. He would still keep doing what he's doing. He would find another platform, Thing about it is Joe's making Spotify hundreds of millions of dollars a month. I don't think they care for anyone else most of the people on Spotify could leave. As long as Joe was there, they would be okay with it. They want more Joe Rogans. I promise you they do. They want more people like Joe to go up, and all Joe's doing is giving interviews. You know, it's just weird. The reason they're trying to censor him, we know why. Dude's getting 11 million views a day, you know, or every time he drops a video. He's getting the word out, and it's just the truth. Yep, right. Hey, Big Mama Steph. Good morning, sis. I agree, man. Build back better. Excuse me. I remember in 2020, I don't know what it was, but it was him giving a speech from some office, and behind him on the wall, it said, build back better. And this is before Joe was president, you know, the former vice president. But anyway. All right. So there's some clips circulating. I got this from Fox News. I hate using Fox News. I really do. But they're the same part of the propaganda, but they do have good clips. I know they're the controlled opposition. But this is clip coming out from DHS agents are coming forward and leaking stuff. Agents of ICE are coming forward. The Border Patrol coming forward. Other law enforcement agencies. Now this is video cam footage from local law enforcement at an airport. You know, in the middle of the night, this plane lands and illegal aliens are being offloaded, and they have ankle monitors on and all kinds of weird stuff, and they're just being released. All right, and so the local law enforcement was there because it was their job as part of the airport security to investigate and see who's, you know, coming off these planes. It's crazy, man. This is crazy what they're doing.
You trying to figure out what this is?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
You know, you're on a secure facility here, and we don't really know anything, and we're in charge of security. So that's hence where we're having a problem here. So
yeah, we're hanging out here on the tarmac,
yeah,
like that.
I don't know anybody.
I used to pick up basketball teams that had more security.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You know, and very easily, you know, a few people could just go that way. So I'm here to see where they're coming from. Oh yeah. I mean, it's slowly coming together, but we also don't know, you know, really what's happening, how they're getting here, whatever else.
You don't want to be somewhere where the spotlight.
Yeah.
You want to try to keep it as down low as possible. A lot of this is just.
No, I get it. I just, like I said,
stuff that we don't tell people, because what we don't want to do is attract attention. We don't want the media.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know where we're going when they tell us.
See, man, right there, he was saying to Quiet Pilot, we don't want people to know what we're doing. No shit, Sherlock. We know. We've known about this for months. This has been from the beginning. Ever since there were hundreds of thousands of people at the border, and they were just carting up. Remember the 14,000 Haitians who were under that bridge for about a week or two, and then they all just disappeared. And the reports were coming out that only 2,000 of them were actually deported. The rest of them were just released into the wilds of America somewhere. You know, this is what they were doing. This is what ICE's new. ICE was supposed to be formed to find illegals and make sure they get out of our country. Now they're being used to make sure they get into the country. You know, so crazy. Frank, what's up, man? Yes, very treasonous. I agree. They should lock every one of them up. Milkmaid, listening, on the way to the market, man. Hope y'all get a lot of great beef. Get some good steaks. Roots. We knew about this for months. The M's act like they just found out after thousands are free all over the country. Yep. It is suspect hunter, making sure everybody's in place in all these places. So when the midterms come, they're ready to vote. You know, you seen what the weird law, the new mayor, Eric Adams, passed in New York City to where non-citizens can vote. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that could be constitutional. That a non-citizen can vote in an election. I mean, it's only the local elections there in New York City, but still, a precedent has been set that has been allowed. And I believe non-citizens have been voting for a while in our elections, even our national general election. So thank you. Yes. Independent Mini. human trafficking. That's exactly what they're doing, man. They are trafficking these illegal aliens. This is their commodity. This is what the Uniparty does, man. That their commodity is your votes and our taxes, right? Ridiculous. Well, maybe in the sex trafficking trade, man, but I'm telling you, this is one of the ways that they win elections, man. They get these illegals in here, and they strategically place them all over our country to do that. But yeah. Washington State, too. I ain't surprised. Deplorable. What's going on, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. Single male adults. I know, right? And what other nefarious reasons could they have for just having the single male adults? You guys remember, the 25,000 kids that they had in the facilities? What happened to them? Where's all those kids? I mean, I get you were just talking about the trafficking of folks all over the world. Where's those kids, man? What are they doing, those kids? So anyway. Right, both parties are guilty of pushing illegal aliens. That's why SS cards have not been updated. Right? Social Security cards. Gotcha. I believe it, man. It is an inside job. And it is both parties. It's the Uniparty. That's why I always scream it. Revolution now. All right, so anyway. Let's see. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you guys about what's going on with it. I want to show you a clip about the speech therapy stuff, man. And this is like the continued after effects of all of the hardcore weird ideologies in the 2 years since we've been dealing with COVID and stuff. All the pushing all the mask stuff, and how it's still affecting kids. All the shutdowns at school and how it's affecting our kids. I mean, kids have been getting the blunt of this thing, man. And it's not because they're getting sick. It's because of the freaking out and the fear mongering and what's going on, So, but anyway, check this out.
Jacqueline Teague says during this pandemic, her speech therapy clinic has seen an enormous shift in the ages of their patients. Before the pandemic, only 5% of patients were babies and toddlers. Today, it has soared to 20%. Many parents calling it COVID delayed.
We've seen a 364% increase in patient referrals of babies and toddlers from pediatricians and parents.
And they are children that are having a difficult time speaking.
Speech delayed.
Babies start learning how to speak by reading lips as young as 8 months. So what happens when lips and faces are covered up by masks? Well, therapists say for some kids, they can work around the mask and still learn to speak perfectly fine. But for others, it can cause speech delays.
There's no research out there yet to say that this could be causing speech and language delays, but most definitely it's, I'm sure, a factor. It's very important kids do see your face to learn, so they're watching your mouth.
That's orange. Can you say orange? Orange. That was a good try.
Brianna Gay is raising 5 children, but it's her youngest who needs therapy.
It definitely makes a difference when the world you're growing up in, you can't interact with people in their face. That's super important to babies. So
we're seeing a lot of things that look just like autism. They're not making any word attempts and not communicating at all with their family.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Like the after effects and things we're just now finding out. And people on the left, the crazy people who are screaming, have been screaming all this stuff and still are. Like the lady we saw yesterday in the clip with the elevator with the guy, hitting him in the face with their phone, making him get off the elevator because he wasn't wearing a mask. People like that, man, they're still saying stuff like, oh, but you don't know that. You don't know it's causing speech problems for kids. Where's the studies? Well, there's not any freaking studies, you idiots, because we've never done anything weird like this before and forcing kids and everybody around them to wear masks all the time. Where's the studies? People make me sick with that stuff, worshiping things that's not even scientific. GTP, what's up, man? If Muons need a refill. I certainly need one, brother. Give me that good stuff, that dark roast. So anyway, guys, I think it's weird, and I think we're going to continue to find out a lot of things going on. I think the shutdowns, the lockdowns, I would like to get information for people who are in these other countries where it's been hardcore lockdowns from the word go. Since we were in 15 days to slow the spread, they're still fighting all these mandates and crap. But how it's affecting their kids, man. Amen, stars. We gotta protect our kids. Anyway, guys. Oh, we're out of time this morning. It's Friday, man. This day flew by this morning. But anyway, I hope you guys got some good stuff this morning. Hope you got your reload. Hope you guys are going to get some of that dark roast that GTP is going to hook us up with. Hope you have a good weekend. Hope you have a good Friday night, man. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, I did want to mention one more thing. You know, Maryland has the assault weapons ban in their state, and 25 states, their attorney generals are petitioning the Supreme Court to overturn it because it's unconstitutional. And South Carolina, my state, is one of them. So, you know, Purple Tribe, Niece Tribe, man, up there in Maryland, we got your back, trying to get that unconstitutional thing overturned. You know, I don't see why it wouldn't go through. I think it's cool that these other states, these state attorney generals, are petitioning the Supreme Court to overturn an unconstitutional law in another state. Beautiful, man. It's beautiful the way we're all coming together and fighting against tyranny. You know, from all over our country and all over the world, we're coming together. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Let's get out there and change the culture, man. Let's fight for the culture. Let's fight for our kids. You know, do everything we can to stand up for them and make sure that they continue to be free and have liberty. Anyway, guys, always be prepared. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you later.
Sayonara, sucker.